With John and Lisa, we're spending 70 days eating our way across Asia. This is Ho Chi Minh City. In part 2, as we continue exploring the city, we rate 4 of the most epic banh mi's around. We try out Bone, one of Southeast Asia's most awesome breakfasts, and so much more.
So we still haven't had banh mi here in Ho Chi Minh City. We asked the hotel reception guy because he sent us to a really good Bun Chit Nun place yesterday, and he recommended this roast pork banh mi. Looks pretty good to me. So we've got our pork banh mi. It seems to have 2 types of pork. So we've got the crispy pork and like sort of char siu roast pork. Some pickles, onions, coriander, cilantro, sauce, and that's spicy.
Spicy.
Wow, we'll see. The bread's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks nice.
Not quite as good as that one this morning, Boney, but that was exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
Very meat in there. Got a nice sort of sweet kind of 5-spice flavour.
And how much did this cost?
20,000.
20,000 dong, so that's about 75 pence, or about $1. About $1 US.
Really good.
Both types of pork were fantastic, and you can't accuse them of skimping. It's incredible that it only costs 20,000 dong. Our rating, 4 out of 5. We stopped off for our next banh mi on the way to dinner. Think of it like a tasty appetizer. Their banh mi's also started at 20,000 dong, but this time we went all in and ordered the Dak Biet, that's the one with everything on, for the princely sum of 65,000 dong, or £2 to you and me.
We secure the goods. It's quite hefty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a unit.
Yeah. Are you going to do the honours and let us know?
So yeah, this is the second starter of the evening. This is what happens when you let these decide on the food agenda. Very tasty, yeah.
Yeah.
Controversial. I'm quite enjoying the pate.
That's good. This is from a self-confessed pate hater.
See, it's not as like in your face as like some.
Not as awfully, you mean? It's not awful.
It's not really the awful flavour that I have a problem with. It's just the richness and like the cloyingness of pate. It's not sticking to my palate in the way it is. Maybe it's got these pickles in here.
Yeah. She didn't put loads in either. She did like a little slick of it, so I watched her. But yeah.
I think it's good.
Nice. Because we saw that place with the massive queue and decided that we were going to stay away from like the TikTokers, because like when a place has got a queue that big, it just can't be that good anymore. Or never usually is.
It's eating quite sweet.
Right.
But there's spiciness in there, a bit of the pate, to give it savouriness, so yeah.
Nice.
I'm not mad about this at all. I can tell you're dying to get hold of it, so.
Yeah, off we go.
For us, this was a strong contender. Aside from being a little sweet, it was a flawless banh mi. Our rating, 4 out of 5. Next on our banh mi list was Hong Hoa, just around the corner from that hype joint that slathers on all the pate. On first look, this banh mi seemed pretty compact and lacking filling, but any doubts evaporated after that first bite.
Definitely a chunkier bit of bread, I think.
Yeah.
Basic powder and say, I'm ready. And then you come in and feel like this.
Bread is better. That's my elbow gone.
Yeah, the bread did look good.
And then she would one foot and then 3 foot.
See how you get on with the pate flavour, but nice for me. Yeah, we rate that.
For a banh mi, for sure. I don't see what else they could have done.
Yeah, the bread was good. It didn't interfere with it. It just gave it a nice kind of crispy shell layer on it. The one we had in Hanoi, for example, the bread was really thick and it really didn't make it good for eating at all.
Yeah. The only good banh mi's we had in Hanoi were on the street, the Thit Nun.
Yeah, the ones that were just like literally meat in a bun and not a lot else.
So even then the bread obviously doesn't compare to this, it's a different level.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good.
Bread in France and Spain.
Yeah,
Sorry, Spain. But, yeah.
yeah.
You could hear how crispy the bread was, and although it wasn't the biggest, cheapest, or most filled banh mi, it was definitely our favourite so far. Our rating, 4.5 out of 5. Next up, we wanted to try something a little different. A real street food banh mi.
This is a banh mi stall. We'll link the address, and they are pork patties. The lady sets up here every day, according to Google, 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. And they're just grilling. Looks like a good sandwich.
The bread seems nice and crispy.
Crispy.
Nice fresh herbs in there, some pork patties, and then some of the pickles.
Yeah, nice. Should we give it a bite?
Let's give it a go. Really taste the lemongrass in the patty.
Yeah. Juicy.
Juicy, yeah, that was really tasty. A little bit of spice.
Juicy was the word. We love these little grilled pork patties, and we can really see why this one is such a local's favourite. If you stop for a banh mi, you definitely won't be disappointed. Our rating, 4 out of 5. Now let's go and get some breakfast. A Vietnamese take on steak and eggs, you say?
Right, so we're here to get some breakfast. This is a place for bonnet, which is basically like a hot griddle. So it's going to be like steak and eggs, and you can get pate as well, and you get like a bread bun with it. Yeah, it looks pretty busy. Looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit, but that's never a bad thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right, so we're in. Didn't take long at all, waited for a couple of minutes, and we ordered, and like food literally took about 2 or 3 minutes too. And they make them all to order, but look how sizzling this is. Bit worried about my camera, but you know, fine.
Really different.
Yeah, so this is, I've got beef, egg, and pate. John's not a big pate guy, so we've just got beef and egg there.
Pate should be banned.
Yeah, in his opinion. You're gonna like it in your banh mi later, maybe. Yeah, this place is rammed, like, looks really busy, so I guess it's on like a big local food map. I don't know, it's Sunday, so maybe it's busier because of that too. You get a lot of like brunch eaters, I guess. So, yeah. So you get like the baguette and some compliments there. It's the usual kind of lime, bit of salad and some soy sauce, I think it is. Right, yeah, all done. That was really delicious.
It was really good, actually.
We were just saying we could both eat another one, but we won't.
We're not going to.
No.
Because we're going to go and eat a banh mi soon.
Exactly.
But I am really glad that we came here straight from the gym, because there's a lot of oil in this dish. So.
Yeah, it's not like the healthiest food, but like, that's fine. I'm okay with it. Like, some things are just worth the calories.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? I'm okay with it too. It's not a healthy dish, but it's a tasty dish, so it's worth it.
And you don't eat it every day. And at the end of the day, it's just steak and eggs. Yeah. It's fine.
I'd be mad as hell if I ate something that was that greasy that we didn't enjoy. I'd be like,
yeah,
why did I bother eating it? But this is totally worth it. You should come here, right?
Yeah, definitely. If you like steak and eggs, you've got to come here. It's like probably one of the best breakfasts you can get here in Ho Chi Minh City.
And I'm the only Guyler in the building, so
yeah,
I'm quite happy with that arrangement.
Nice.
That was Tan Dinh Church, or the Pink Church as it's better known. But don't visit it on a Saturday like we did, because it won't be open. Luckily, Tan Dinh Market is just across the road, so we had a look around in there instead. Like most of the markets we visited in the city, you can get most things here at very reasonable prices, but this one seemed especially good for fresh fruit and vegetables.
No, Ratoni. I saw that little rat. Not a little rat, big rat. Oh, huge. That was really huge. That was like potentially the biggest rat I've ever seen.
It's not the biggest rat I've ever seen. It's the biggest rat I've ever seen that no one's paying any attention to.
You see these everywhere, but it's our first time ordering one. Yeah, it's sugar cane, so they just put it through the press a few times to extract all the juice out. It should be nice and refreshing with a big glass of ice. It's very nice with rum too, but I don't think that's an option here.
Yeah, that was an option in Cuba when we had tried this for the first time, and it was very good.
Yeah. Down.
It's certainly bigger now.
Yeah, massive.
Just need to find that rum to put in there. It's going to sound weird because it's sugar, but it's not overly sweet. It's sweet, but it's not like killer sweet.
It's kind of grassy as well, though, isn't it? It has like a greenness
It's
to
got a
it.
vegetal.
Yeah, a greenness.
Obviously, when sugar gets like that sort of potency, is when it's refined.
Yeah.
This is very natural. The sugar cane just gets pressed and
It's practically good for you.
practically good for me, just like that hot banh mi we just ate.
And the steak and eggs earlier.
And what did we do after drinking the best part of a pint of sugar juice? That's right, we went for dessert, down an unpromising looking little alley. The shop was like a glutinous rice addict's heaven, so we ordered a mixed box to take away. What? You didn't think we were going to eat in, did you? No way, it was almost dinner time. This had the makings of a great midnight snack. That evening, again on the recommendation of our hotel reception guy / unofficial food guide, we went out for beau la lot. Meat grilled over a fire? Yes, please.
It's a real like local joint. Looks pretty good. We'll show you the guy grilling outside in a sec as well. Oh, here comes food. Come on. Yeah. The interesting thing about these is they seem to get served with like mayo on top, which I've not seen before, but I guess it's like their signature. This one's the bolalo, which is beef wrapped in betel leaf and then cooked over like charcoal. And these are, no, it said sort of little kebab things, if you like. A bit like sausage because it's wrapped in like coal fat. And then you get the accompaniments, which is like the usual sort of lettuce, herbs, noodle net, and some rice paper. So you can make them into like kind of like spring rolls. Right, so got the rice paper under there. Got some lettuce. Piece of this like it's like a little noodle, compressed noodle. Some salad.
Cucumber and a little bit of chilli in there, not too much.
So, I'm going to put that in my dipping sauce. I'm not putting that in directly in.
That's a good idea. Let's do that. I'm sure you end up eating as much of it if you put it in the dipping sauce, but
Maybe slightly less. Yeah. No dip.
cheers.
Show me inside. Juicy.
Juicy. Yeah.
The bowl a lot was another winner, by the way, although we're still not sure about that mayo. You remember that midnight snack I mentioned? Well, here it is. Told you it was a goodie. There's even a whole pudding hiding somewhere in there. The end of a great and hugely calorific day.
Okay, so this is our second fur shop of Ho Chi Minh. We thought like the first one probably didn't do it justice because it was a bit too touristic and pre-planned, if anything. So this one has like a special dish as well, which is this. It's more like a sort of stew, I guess, because you've got big chunks of beef in there and carrots as well. and you've also got the pho noodles. So that's something a bit different. And the other one is like the regular pho noodle dish with the mix. So it's like brisket, tendon, beef ball, and flank, I guess. Side of herbs as usual. Bean sprouts, lime and some ferocious chilies, plus
We're very interested in this condiment.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Well, you're going to tell us what you think of that broth.
Slightly thicker. It does almost taste like gravy.
Gravy, that's good news.
It's
Do you
very
think
reminiscent.
do you think they've got any chips on the menu? Or?
If it were a little bit thicker, you could probably have it on chips. I do think so. It's actually scorching today as well, so luckily it's not too hot. So
Yeah.
it's next to the aircon unit. So yeah. This is the second pho place we're going to try. So we specialise in beef pho and whole coal. I've obviously not said that the right way, but it's kind of like a thicker, almost like a beef stew flavoured pho, which was actually delicious. Really liked it.
It was really nice, especially when we put plenty of the fermented chili and that really was like next level, and then a bit of spice.
It's definitely a dish worth trying. So like, yeah, get a pho boat and get a pho.
Yeah. If you're a fan of like French, like braised dish, like beef bourguignon and stuff, you'll probably like it, and that's that kind of way. Like,
Yeah, it's got carrots in it, but it's very beefy, so it's a bit like gravy, thin down gravy.
gravy, and what's not to like about that? So yeah, don't be put off by where this place is. Full of tourists, but good pho.
We didn't really talk much about the regular pho, but it was delicious too, and we much preferred it to the one we had at Hoa Pasteur. Although, for our money, the more aromatic northern pho we had in Hanoi came out on top.
Okay, so we are in District 5. We escaped from District 1 for a couple of hours. This is Bin Tay Market. It's like the Chinese market, and it's massive, so we thought it was worth to get a grab out. It's about 20 minutes drive, 5 kilometers, something like that. I think it's about like $4 in the grab. See what we can find.
Lisa in particular really loves exploring markets when we travel. She always says it's the best way to see the real place. You know, the kind of stuff you'd completely miss if you just stick to the usual tourist spots. She also reckons her mum would drop a serious amount of cash here on things like dried seafood, especially the prized fish maw, shiitake mushrooms, dried fruit, and all sorts of other bits. To be fair, we like the look of a lot of it too, but by this point, our backpacks were already approaching bursting point. Most of the markets we visited in the city were pretty big, but this one, it's absolutely gigantic. Just walking around the outside takes ages, and dodging motorbikes definitely keeps you on your toes. There are a lot of food stalls around too, both inside and outside the market, offering good value versions of classic Vietnamese dishes, as well as essentials like beers and coconuts. If you want to see more, you'll have to stop by yourself. But trust me when I say that whatever it is that you're looking for, you'll probably find it somewhere in here. Eventually, we found the central courtyard, an oasis of calm and a welcome break from the busy, bustling labyrinth of the market. All this is in Saigon's Chinatown, and there are a number of interesting temples nearby that we called into on our way back towards District 1. There are a lot of restaurants too, but unfortunately, even we can only eat so much. Ho Chi Minh City felt hotter than the surface of the sun that day, so we were delighted to stumble upon a place selling the perfect things to cool us down: coconut and durian ice cream. But the durian ice cream in particular was causing some debate.
It's our new favourite fruit.
I can get a little bit of it.
Not as good as the Walls lolly.
Not as good as the ice lolly.
Yeah, the Walls ice lolly is like the best
That's
durian
not
thing.
being negative. That was like next level.
Yeah. So yeah, I think altogether this was like 112,000. So it's always a bit of a luxury, I suppose, desserts, but it's like middle of the day. It's really hot outside, so why not? Nice coconutty.
Durian.
It's got little like desiccated bits on top. Is your durian good?
It's alright.
Not as good as Walls.
Yeah, it's alright. Nice, creamy.
Yeah.
Good gateway durian dish.
Yeah. Well, it was weird because when we were in Hanoi, there were like basically on every corner there was like shops that were selling coconut ice cream and sticky rice. And then as soon as we moved away from there, we couldn't find it at all. No.
Well, in Hanoi, it was about 12 degrees when we left.
Yeah, exactly. So not the best for ice cream. Whereas here it's like high 20s, feels like it might be 30 today. Yeah. Something else to try if you like sweets, and if you like coconut, definitely.
Before we knew it, it was time to eat again, but we thought we'd call in for a couple of appetizers first.
I found this place on Google. It looks like pan-fried turnip cake, which is kind of like one of the dim sum dishes that we like to eat. But I'm presuming that's what it is. It may or may not be. Well, we'll see when it comes. Yeah, sat on the little furniture. We ordered one plate. I don't think Uncle was very happy about that because he wanted us to order two, but we're looking at like eating quite a few things tonight because it's our last night here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll try and eat it and run and hopefully not get shouted at.
Maybe get shouted at.
Maybe get shouted at. Maybe got shouted at already, but there we go. Okay, it's here. Looks nice and crispy. You can try it. It's like a dipping sauce. I think it's I think this is papaya. I guess that might be mayo.
In my head, this was going to be like shredded cheese.
Cheese. I don't think cheese would go that well, but maybe it would.
Well, I think
Could do.
cheese generally goes well with most things, but
Yeah, I've seen people dip this.
Yeah.
So it's like fried, I think it's turnip cake, but it might be something else. Won't know until we've eaten it. There's like egg in there as well, which is binding it, I guess. Some sort of like soy or fish sauce dipping sauce.
It's like a way harder to fry it. It is a bit like fried bread.
Well, she was frying it in about like a centimetre or two of oil. Not sure, but not bad. It's the sauce that makes it.
Need to be dipped really bland.
Yeah, you need to dip it because the actual like fried stuff itself is quite bland. Yeah, add some to the sauce. We're a bit wary about putting too much chili on things because we've got an early flight tomorrow, but you know.
I mean, how much does it? This does cost like 15 grand.
I think it's like 22,000. It's a nice little snack. Nice and crispy.
It's actually good. This would be good. With
Good beer food.
Beers, yeah.
Yeah, good beer food. Right, I'm going to put this down now so I can eat more and get away before Uncle shouts at us. Okay, so continuing from our non-local food.
We're eating some local food after this, though.
Yeah, we are.
We like Vietnamese food. We're not just like British. Well, we are.
So this is like a taco shack in Saigon. This is basically, if I can reach it, there we go. It's like a shack just off Walking Street. So we've got lengua, sudera, birria, and
Carnitas.
Carnitas. I think it's maybe one of these, yeah, and some of the consomme to go with the birria.
The tacos are all really tasty, and if you fancy something that's a bit of a change from Vietnamese food, then it's a good option right in the middle of District 1. So it was time for our last meal in Ho Chi Minh City. But don't worry, we didn't eat in this overpriced tourist street market. We found somewhere much better.
Okay, so here we are. This is Restaurant 79. It's kind of a 3 or 4 of these restaurants all stuck together. It's the same business. And you can see it's packed, pretty busy. And I reckon it was probably even busy earlier. Yeah, the outdoor kitchen. This is where they do all the cooking. It's outside. Restaurant 79. We're recommended this by our hotel reception guy. He already recommended like a good place for us today and yesterday, so we trust him on this. It's very similar to like what we call a Dai Pai Dong in Hong Kong. It's like a lot of like wok cooking, sort of street side cooking on a wok, and like the menu's massive, but
It's like from where we are, but most of the restaurants outside, like the cooking's going outside, most of the tables are outside.
yeah, exactly. The menu's massive, but we've ordered a few dishes. We'll see how it comes. So we've got the stir-fried morning glory with garlic. I'd probably like a few chilies in here, but that's fine. Ordered this for health because we haven't eaten a lot of vegetables lately, have we?
A lot of fruit.
A lot of fruit. Really tasty. This one is fried rice with salted fish.
Come on.
Looks very nice.
Yeah. What's this? It's just arrived over and
Some sort of sauce, but is it like fermented tofu maybe? I think it tastes like fermented tofu. Sometimes we get vegetables it's like cooked in this. So I think that goes with the spinach. Right, so the other two dishes we got. This is like beef and lime salad. We've had this in the UK before and it's been good. It's basically like beef that's been cooked in like lime juice. So it's quite thin. It should be quite sort of refreshing and like sour at the same time. This one is sweet and sour pork, but not as we know it. So we looked up the cut, which was down a skirt, and so we weren't sure what kind of meat it was, but after a bit of googling, it's like pork belly, we think.
yeah.
It doesn't actually look that fatty, so maybe it is like the equivalent of like skirt, like beef skirt, but pork.
Yeah.
So we did our best. We've had quite an extensive amount of food today. I left a bit of this because there's a lot of onions on this and there's a lot of like raw onion flavour, so it was a bit
Very
hard.
strong onions as well, not like the sweet ones that you get in Spain.
A little bit too harsh, but like that was good overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was good. We liked it.
The fried rice is my favourite dish, I think, with it.
The fried rice was really good today. Nice crispy bits in it.
Yeah.
Salt fish gave it good seasoning, and the thing was massive. Like, we managed to eat it all.
Yeah.
So
The sweet and sour too, like, it is unmistakably just like sort of dish you'd recognise from a British takeaway, a Chinese takeaway.
yeah, we liked it.
But-
It's very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, really nice food. Like sort of decent, like almost like home cooked dinner, I guess, but on a mass scale.
So there you have it. Ho Chi Minh is a city of almost 10 million people, with the same number again living within its metropolitan area, and yet some people told us that 5 days would be too long to spend here. 5 days? Are they absolutely insane? In the time we spent here, we barely scratched the surface, with the occasional foray out of District 1 being the exception rather than the rule. We came here to explore the food, revel in the chaos, and see the old Saigon and the new side by side. But did we complete it? In a word, no. I guess we'll just have to come back.